In the grand, sweeping saga of World War II, many stories of heroism have been told and retold. But some of the bravest chapters remain largely unread, their heroes almost forgotten by the passage of time. Today, we journey back to the battlefields of Europe to uncover the story of the African soldiers Hitler and his high command reportedly feared the most, the Goumiers of Morocco. Who were these formidable warriors? The Moroccan Goumiers were auxiliary soldiers who served in the French army, primarily drawn from the Berber tribes of the Atlas Mountains, for centuries. These men had been renowned for their toughness, their intimate knowledge of mountain warfare, and a fierce and yielding fighting spirit. When the call to arms came, they brought these ancient skills to a modern, global conflict. Imagine the scene: the rugged and forgiving terrain of Italy. A place where German defenses were dug in deep, seemingly impenetrable. This was the Gustav Line, a chain of fortifications that had halted the Allied advance for months. Conventional armies, with their tanks and heavy artillery, struggled to make a dent, but this was exactly the kind of landscape the Goumiers were born to conquer. Equipped lightly, often armed with little more than their rifles and the traditional kumia, a curved dagger. They moved through the mountains like ghosts. They scaled sheer cliffs at night, navigated treacherous passes in silence, and appeared behind enemy lines as if from thin air. Their tactics were unconventional, a blend of ancient tribal warfare and modern commando operations. They were masters of infiltration, ambush, and close-quarters combat. Eyewitness accounts from both Allied and German soldiers paint a picture of almost supernatural prowess. One German general, after the Battle of Monte Cassino, reportedly wrote that the Goumiers were the only soldiers who made his hardened veterans truly feel fear. They didn't fight like anyone else. They used the terrain as a weapon, their stealth and ferocity turning the mountains themselves into an ally. Their most legendary feat came during the Italian campaign, to break the stalemate at the Gustav Line. The French Expeditionary Corps, which included thousands of Goumiers, was tasked with a daring maneuver. While other Allied forces launched frontal assaults, the Goumiers undertook Operation Diadem. They traversed the supposedly impassable Aurunchi Mountains, a feat that military planners had deemed impossible. In a matter of days, they outflanked the entire German defensive line. They appeared on the high ground, behind the enemy, cutting off supply routes and sowing chaos. Their sudden and shocking arrival was the key that unlocked the Gustav Line, paving the way for the Allied capture of Rome. Without their unique skills and unbelievable courage, the Italian campaign could have dragged on for many more months, costing countless more lives. But their service wasn't limited to Italy. The Goumiers fought with distinction in Tunisia, Corsica, Alba, and even in the final push into Germany itself. Wherever the terrain was toughest and the fighting most desperate, they were often the ones called to the front. They earned numerous citations for bravery, and their reputation became legendary among Allied troops. They were known for their resilience, their ability to operate with minimal supplies, and a loyalty to their comrades that was second to none. So why has their story been relegated to the footnotes of history? The reasons are complex, tied to the shifting politics of the post-war and post-colonial era. As empires dissolved, the contributions of colonial troops were often downplayed or simply overlooked in the national narratives of a rebuilding Europe. The Goumiers returned home, not to a hero's welcome, but to a world that was rapidly changing. A world that seemed to have little space for their wartime legacy. Their sacrifices were immense. Thousands of Goumiers never returned to their mountain homes, their graves scattered across the battlefields of Europe. They fought for a freedom they themselves did not fully enjoy, under a flag that was not their own. Yet, they fought with a valor and effectiveness that left even their enemies in awe. It's a powerful reminder that heroism knows no nationality, no race, no creed. The story of the Moroccan Goumiers is not just a forgotten piece of military history. It is a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure and overcome in the face of impossible odds. They were the mountain phantoms, the silent warriors who turned the tide of battle. They were the soldiers that even the most feared regime in Europe learned to dread. By remembering them, we don't just honor their memory, we paint a fuller, more accurate picture of the global coalition that stood against tyranny. We recognize that victory in World War II was secured by people from every corner of the earth, including the brave men from the Atlas Mountains of Morocco. Their legacy deserves to be brought out of the shadows and celebrated. Thank you for joining us on this journey to uncover the story of these incredible forgotten heroes. If you found this story as moving and important as we did, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more hidden histories. Your support helps us continue to bring these vital stories to light. Until next time.